That man said, I don't got nothing to say to you. And I'm not saying what he actually said to me. This is what he gave to me. And that's by his actions, by not responding. He said, I don't got nothing else to give to you. I don't give a damn about you. The last few months of talking to you means nothing to me. You want to answer for me? You are not getting that. And I'm saying this because that's exactly how I felt when he ghosted me. Y'all, I was so hurt and bothered. When I say I was hurt and bothered, I mean heartbroken. The last thing I expected was to get ghosted. So I'm going to give you a whole breakdown of how I got ghosted, how it made me feel, how I never wish it upon anybody. I'm not even lying to y'all. Being ghosted was one of the most heartbreaking moments of my life, aside from also being cheated on. Y'all, but we've grown, okay? And I'm in a whole different place. I'm in a whole different growth, and that's my younger days. And so I'm gonna get into the story time, but make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And I don't want to interrupt the video at all moving forward, straight story time. So I'm just gonna let y'all know now, for explicit and exclusive content you will get on Patreon and YouTube membership, it will not be on here, y'all, okay? You got to go on there and you'll get way more. There's a lot to catch up on though if you have not been subscribed onto there and became a member already. There's also going to be a lot more dropping, so I just want y'all to know, get it on there. And of course, check out my website for all sorts of stuff. Browse through it, because as you browse, you'll find something that's going to be helpful for you. And I have like accountability planner, consultation, just all sorts of stuff, ebooks, bundle deals, audiobooks, master classes, etc. You get my point. So just check it out. The links are there for y'all. So let's get into the story time, y'all. And by the way, part twos, if you want part twos, like different versions of how this happened, getting ghosted, if you want me to tell you about how my friends got ghosted and all the stories I've heard from even people telling me in general, like men, everything during consultations are confidential regardless. However, I've heard stories already from comments, from people just sending emails. So there's so many I could tell y'all to give you an insight and to help you get through it. And understand that women go through this too. If you have your questions and concerns or just anything, suggestions, comments, leave it down below. Okay, so let's finally officially dive right into it. So if y'all know, Tinder was really big back in the day. It still is now, but I'm not on dating sites, so I don't know how huge it is. I do know Bumble gets promoted. I see it sometimes. I do still see Tinder. However, dating sites, especially when I do consultations, y'all don't tell me so much about it, so I don't think it's that big of a thing. Sometimes it's just better to meet somebody in person anyways. However, back in the day, I loved dating sites, but specifically Tinder, because I really was not on different dating sites for real. I sticked on to Tinder. I've heard about others, so I created an account and I was on there pretty often because like I didn't really date people from my city, and so yeah, I was there often. I was there a lot using Tinder. Now, when I was using Tinder, I feel like it's way easier for women to use Tinder. So when I was using Tinder, getting swipes wasn't a big deal. It's just the parts of wanting to get who you want. So I would take the time to swipe for people that I actually wanted or had potential. I came across this guy that I was highly attracted to. This is why your profile matters so much, y'all. This guy was fine. Now, when I say fine, it was just from the physical appearance, of course, but his bio said enough that interested me so much and built my curiosity, and I was so intrigued by him. So it was literally, let's start off with the image. He had a few photos of him in different attire. So one was just casual dress. I liked what he had. He had nice jeans on. I liked the style. It had like kind of like not rips, but like they would be open and they had like a type of fabric underneath. Remember, you have to find your style regardless. So I like those types of jeans. There's other jeans before that I've seen that are similar that on other people don't look as good as well. So you have to know, again, it's your style. I'm trying to help you as I tell the story. So he had that on, and he had just a nice plain t-shirt, a good brand, and you can wear any brands you want. Could be a name brand. I would suggest that because that's gonna make you stand out a little bit more than like just a plain shirt that's not like even like a Ralph Lauren or a golf shirt that doesn't have like Nike on it. Like you would want something that just gives you like, oh, he can dress, or oh, okay, like, oh, that's the brand he wears. Something that's having a woman pay attention. I'm not going to get into every single detail in this story. I just want y'all to get the story of how I got ghosted. So in a second, I'm going to fast forward. I want y'all to just feel how he appeared, what was going through my mind psychologically, and what grew my interest. So I seen that. I seen him in a suit. I seen him dressed up casual. I seen him in different wear, and I loved that. Another thing I noticed that I loved was he was really groomed out. Everything was clean down to his cut, to his beard. Everything was trimmed nice, and beautiful smile. That I have to give to him. I love the smile. So to fast forward, what then happened was we connected, and just for the bio info, it was just telling a little bit about what he does. He was not bragging about anything. He just mentioned a few things that he owns, and things that he does to enjoy, what he's into, and it was very short, so it was very discreet, that I wanted to know a little bit more. And like, what is he really, he even said like the school that he went to, he was in college. So that also made me like more interested into like, oh, what school, what's your major, what are you studying, that sorts of stuff. So we ended up connecting, and we instantly connected when we started talking. Now that I look back, I feel like I really got love bombed, and I also feel like there was a lot of miscommunication. So to kind of just fast forward, we talked for some months. I was still just like having my own way with life. Like, I was still loyal to him, but we have not met yet. So he lived like hours away from me, not hours, maybe like 2 hours, a few hours away from me, a couple hours away. So 2 to 3. And long story short, what happened afterwards was that once we started getting to know each other, I started noticing a few red flags. As I noticed the red flags, I then realized that, sorry y'all, I am outside and somebody's dog. But yeah, so I decided to come out in nature today, y'all, and I came out, and sometimes it's peaceful, sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's not. So to go into how afterwards, sorry, I had to do a little jump because I don't want this dog jumping all over me. So let me fast forward. I noticed some red flags because like he would sometimes like go ghost, and it wasn't like all the time. It was just a little bit of like, okay, where was he at? He went like a few hours, when he said he would be gone for like 30 minutes. Now, I'm not going to make it just be about what he did wrong, because I played a part on this. What I played a part in not helping the situation was that I went ahead and would also go ghost a little bit, but it wasn't purposely. So let's say if I had like a girls' night and I went home and I ended up falling asleep and we didn't like FaceTime or something, sometimes he'll be like, oh, where were you at? I was home, man. You get what I mean? Or it would be like, sometimes if I had my friends around and I would FaceTime, my friends were not supportive so much. My friends kind of felt like maybe he was too good to be true, or he was lying and hiding stuff. Me, on the other hand, I guess maybe it was my optimism and I guess slightly being a little bit naive, but at the same time, I had like high hopes. So just to kind of like fast forward onto what happened, there was a little bit of issues. There was a little bit of like, we would be so into each other, we were falling for each other or whatever before a meeting. And so that was the miscommunication in itself, right? So then to fast forward, and I'm saying we had that going on, but the miscommunication was like, where are we headed to? Like, is this legit, right? So we made plans to meet up. He asked me to be his girl before we met up, so we did that. Again, we didn't meet up yet, but we would FaceTime, and there's so much more details. I just don't want to get into it because this could be literally a 30-minute to an hour video. And also, that's why I said if you want a part 2, let me know. So to fast forward, we ended up linking up, and it didn't go as planned. I feel like when you have people around that influence the situation to be worse, then it could really go left really quickly. So that played a large part onto it. And at the time, I actually didn't see it as a big deal because it didn't feel like it was an issue, especially because I had a lot of people already meet up with him and they didn't make a big deal of it before. They didn't have anything negative to say about it until that period of time of meeting him in person. So to just fast forward, we met in person. Huge bad first impression with my friends. They were not feeling him. And in particular, there were certain people that just were kind of just rude, like straight up. I don't know what it was. I guess they were just, in a sense, his appearance maybe intimidated them, or they didn't like the fact that maybe I had him around. That's a whole nother story in itself. So what happened was, we had a good night. We talked a little bit. I was still really like shy and a little bit awkward. So certain things, when I say became miscommunication, it was that lack right there of like, okay, well, I don't want him to feel offended, or I don't want him to be awkward or bothered by this sorts of stuff. And we never really like talked about it completely. It was just more of like, okay, like, yeah, it was good seeing you. I can't wait to see you again. Let's plan this out, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to get to how the ghosting started to now happen, like how it played out, was he literally was getting dry with me. I should have known better, because I feel like that first impression really blew a lot of things, and there was a lot of me trying to figure out what was really going on. So to just kind of skip through everything again, I'll do like a part 2, break it down more, but to skip through everything, literally how the ghosting went was, I asked him one day, is he good? Because I noticed that he was texting me less and less. This is why, y'all, when I say you get the hints, whether it's a man or a woman, you're going to get red flags. You're going to get hints that's telling you, you better leave, or you better start learning to detach even more before you really get hurt, or you're really invested trying to get more out of this person. So then I asked him that day, are you good? And guess what? My after I sent that question, no response for hours. Then I sent another one with like question marks, and it didn't go through. I was having an internal battle, internal panic, because like, in a sense, I did not know what was going on, and I was also trying to be like, okay, don't overthink. But you know, when you know, or your gut is telling you like, okay, you know, I think that guy's gone for good. You get what I mean? So I remember calling, the phone was not going through, the phone call, and I was just like in a messed up headspace. I was like so sad, so upset, so heartbroken. And that leads me on to like, I remember leaving a voice note, or a voicemail, I mean. So with him, like, I believe he completely blocked me, but I don't know if that voice mail went through. I don't know if things have changed over the years, but I know that I left a voicemail, and I don't know if he ever listened to it, got it. I don't know. I don't even know till this day if I'm unblocked. I don't even have his number, right? So fast forward, he then went ahead and not said anything to me, ghosted me for good. And in that voice note, actually, you know what, voicemail, sorry, I always mix them up sometimes, but you know what, I'm gonna leave it at this, because this video is already way longer than I thought. And if you want to know what I said in the voice mail, let me know. If you want to know the more details about it, let me know. But I'll just tell you this, the story behind all of that is, you know, if you see things throughout the relationship that's giving you like red flags, don't ignore it. If you also see that, like, whether it's on both ends or just one end, somebody seems like they're switching up, or something really happens that's drastic, don't ignore it as well. When I say don't ignore it, I mean, like, don't let that be something that you guys try to move past, and either passive aggressiveness happens, or somebody's heard about it and nothing gets resolved. So I will leave this at this. If you want more advice to this, I wish I would have known how I wanted to completely structure the video. I just said, okay, I want to give you guys a story time, give you guys something different. So with that being said, if you want me to do like advice in a part 2 kind of, or getting ghosted, story time advice, something like that, let me know. As I said, any other types of videos, when I got cheated on, when I got played, all my Tinder stories, because I got a lot of Tinder stories, and healthy relationship stories. I definitely have healthy relationship stories as well. So y'all, let me know. I will still do the regular videos, of course, but I want to give you guys different content as well. And lastly, y'all, I will probably do some videos in the future outside. I really love filming outside or recording outside. It's very peaceful. It's like I love nature already, and I'm already doing what I love to do, which is help you guys out and film and record and do YouTube and all that sorts of stuff. So it's a win-win for me. And I miss y'all. I love y'all. I thank y'all so much for your support. I will be showing my face very soon, or I'll be popping up here and there. And don't forget, I do have a second channel where I also will be showing my face or just doing different stuff on there, different videos. So y'all, this video again was longer than I thought. Don't forget about all those links, exclusive content, so much more on Patreon and YouTube membership. That's it.
Subscribe, like, comment. Bye, y'all.
Or if there's other stuff that you have going on, it could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video.
Sleep affirmations so you could become that powerful man, and it is recorded in my voice, and I give you the strongest affirmations to overall become that man and subconsciously become powerful. So let's get into these books. Get a track woman you want and get her to miss you, along with secrets to winning her over, and it tells you about cold approaching. It tells you my personal stories, and if you're trying to up your game in the dating game, these books are going to be perfect for that, and you could get it all in a bundle deal. Make sure you click the link down below.
Self-improving in the process. This is so serious. This is why I have a whole no contact guide and journal available. Y'all could go ahead and purchase it. If you need somewhere to start off, then you need all the breakdowns, all the insight, the information, and I have structure in there, help you, prompts, things that will tell you you got this, but it will give you also reasons why. And I have stories in there that tells you why no contact has worked for people, all types of stuff. It's so detailed, y'all. That's how much information I made sure to put in there. Step up no contact, or if you need somewhere to start and you need something to help you, this is like me guiding you as you go through no contact. That's how I customized it for y'all. So you can check that out by clicking the link down below. See what you could do with no contact, how far you could do it. Just learn everything, have the guidance and accountability partner. Although I'm not actually there, you'll feel that sense from this journal and guide.